Gluten-free baking is a different kind of beast, and I have 5 tips that can help you make your gluten-free baking a little bit better. I'm Nicole, I have celiac, I've been celiac for 15 years, and I have been perfecting the art of gluten-free baking over the last 10 years. Forget what you know about traditional flour and mixing, and you need to mix your dough for longer. So whatever a recipe says, mix it for like 15 minutes longer, and it'll help to put air back into that gluten-free flour and help to make it rise a little bit better. You're taking a recipe from a gluten-full recipe to a gluten-free recipe. You also might need to play with your ratio of your wet to dry ingredients a little bit. A lot of times your gluten-free flour is going to absorb a little bit more moisture, so you might have to add like a tablespoon or maybe 2 tablespoons of moisture somewhere along the way. Letting your dough chill or stand before you bake it is actually going to be a really good way to ensure that your gluten-free dough is going to cook correctly. It actually allows for moisture to absorb into gluten-free flour. So if a recipe says to rest or chill, definitely do that if you're baking gluten-free, and you can even extend those times to try to help get that dough re-moisturized. Also, if you're taking a recipe from gluten-full to gluten-free, you need to think about the leaveners that you're utilizing. So you really have to rely more on baking soda or baking powder. So you might have to adjust the amounts of those a little bit. You can start by adding like an extra 1/4 of a teaspoon of each if you need to, if you feel like your baked goods are not rising the way that they should. Another really great way to add elasticity into your gluten-free baked goods is to add psyllium husks. So follow me for more gluten-free baking tips, because I think a lot of gluten-free food, and if I can capture it and share it on here and it's good enough to share with you, I'm gonna share it.